that collar, yo. Pop it. Pop it.
Pop it like it's hot.
All right. Here we go. We're going to do a little bit of...
Dax.
Dax. Remix of Richmond, North of Richmond from Dax.
Remix.
It's like the 90s are back with the remixes.
I know.
All right, here we go. Apparently, there's a lot of people doing these remixes where they're rapping hip-hopping. They're hip-hopping over... Oh, my God.
Oh, my chicken.
Oh, my chicken. They are rapping over the song Richmond, North of Richmond from Oliver Anthony. This one is Dax. Let's go. Let's do it.
Let's go.
Ready? United we stand, divided we fall.
Fail.
It's a damn shame.
Does it fail
What
or
the
fall?
world's gotten to.
But we failed too.
People like me, people like you, wish I could just wake up and it not be true, but it is. Oh, it is. Living in the new
Canadian flag.
world.
He's Canadian.
I noticed that.
With an
Does he
whole
have?
soul.
Does he live here?
Richmond, North of Richmond, Lord
He's Canadian,
knows it all
but
just
I think he lives here
wanna
now.
have total control.
This world has changed and I had to accept it. They ask my political views while I search for their hidden agendas. I don't got an answer, I try to remember the devil divides. Pressure appears from our peers. Those arguments waste our time while helping to push their lies, so fuck political views. I got common sense. I know God made man. And the sun sets on a life where we focus on things that we cannot control and accumulate so much regret. By the time we decide to live, we're practically already dead. So I go to sleep with the thoughts of 45 years living in debt. 45 years can't pay rent. 45 years just for a pension. I'm too old to enjoy and go spend 45 years working in slavery for rich men with no time for my family and friends. Then I wake up and pray that it ends.
Living in the new
That, you hear that? He said 45 years for a
years.
pension. I'm too old to
enjoy.
to
yeah.
enjoy. Wow.
No, I'm too old to spend.
To spend.
Yeah, those were his words.
I was talking about this today where I'm like,
That's why, I mean, not that I'm like excusing it. I feel like, no, we need to be enjoying our lives every day.
but how do you work in this society?
Just work. No. Listen, yeah, no, we're screwed. We're unless you.
Cynthia says we're screwed.
We're failing. Unless we have a career, you own a business, you're doing something that you like, because that's not how it is for the majority of people. I think people hate to go to work.
I think for the majority of people on this, in the Western
country.
world,
Yeah.
if you want to stick to the United States, yeah, I think they hate their job.
Right.
I think they hate their
So
job.
unless you are enjoying your job, you're living in misery.
I don't think it's not that simple though, because there's so many pressures, outside pressures, and they come from
Right. You're right.
the necessity of life now that we've created for ourselves. Like, how do we create this
And all
bullshit
these
life?
things, it's like this need for all these things that
These freaking phones, man.
right, these outfits, these.
Yeah, but you got those Chanel bags and you like those. We got them on our channel.
No, yes.
You got to enjoy life, enjoy your money.
I love them.
But you didn't save that for your pension. That's what he's saying.
No, I am enjoying those purses. I mean, purse. There's another one coming that you guys will see.
But I get it, man. I was saying this. I'm 48 years old. I actually already worked about 24 years professionally, not counting the years from 15 to basically 25. You know, I mean, not even counting those. I've been working.
Yeah.
Back in the day, you'd work 20 years. You'd retire. You get a gold watch and a pension.
Yeah.
That's it.
And people would retire at like 40. Like, I don't know. I don't think so.
I guess not. But I mean, really, once you get, people would always get like that factory job, and they have to put in their 20 years.
And then what?
Well, then they would do whatever they want to do with themselves. They'd have a little pension.
At 40?
Yeah, maybe they'd do something else. Their life expectancy was probably 65.
Yeah.
Now we're living to like 80, 90.
Yeah.
Retiring, I don't know, man.
But yeah, I mean, I was going to say, that's why we need to live healthy lives, exercise regularly. That way, when you are older, you can enjoy your retirement. Unless you figure out a way to retire early.
Feet pics.
But in the meantime, hey,
Feet pics.
That's where it's at.
Feet pics, guys.
Yeah, it's an option.
With a whole soul. The Richmond knows the Richmond, Lord knows they all just wanna have total control.
Descendants of Adam and Eve, the apple doesn't fall far from the tree. They're taking God out the schools. Our kids don't know what to believe. From 6 to 18, the curriculum fails, and Gen Z gets taught by their phones with forced feeds that get sponsored and paid by companies. That's how they attack us. It starts with the youth. If you lie enough, you'll convince anybody the lie's the truth. So telling these kids they can choose their own gender at ages they can't even tie their own shoes. Drive or drink is crazy. Common sense isn't common unless it pays me. That's the thought process daily. Look at the content we're creating, lies diluting our brains. I'm done trying to argue online with these people who think that a vote's gonna bring about change. How many presidents does it take to have a life worth living? An actual comfortable wage. No more school shootings. Let's unite these states.
It's a damn shame what the world's gotten to.
Yeah.
People like me, people like you. Wish I could just wake up and it not be true, but it is. Oh, it is. Living in the new world with an whole soul.
Decisions at 5 years old.
Richmond knows the
Tire, shoot,
Richmond,
drive, or
Lord
drink.
knows they all just wanna have total control.
Yeah.
This Dax is onto some stuff here, man. Him, Tom McDonald, they're
Yeah, they're like pioneers in a way of all this, because you never saw this. People like, I mean, in
you know
a
what
way.
you saw? You know what you saw prior to this? I mentioned Rage Against the Machine in the Richmond, north of Richmond reaction. What you saw were people advocating for a communist position, and I didn't even know it. Fuck you, I won't do what you tell me. Whatever the hell the name of that song is. They were actually, it's almost like they're reading out of the Communist Manifesto. You know, their lyrics were like straight out of the Communist Manifesto, figuratively speaking. And I didn't realize that. You think you're fighting a machine.
Right.
Well, they were actually fighting Western society in those songs.
Yeah.
So when you say you don't hear anything, you're right. These people are advocating for where's Western society gone? We're like reverting to some other
it's like
form of government and society that is foreign to Canada, foreign to the United States, foreign to England, foreign to any of the European countries.
It's, how many presidents is it going to take for you to have like a comfortable life? Yeah, I mean, every president's like these promises and
Well, they're making promises today or this weekend because of Labor Day.
yeah. Nothing ever changes.
Speaking of, I'm not going to say it.
I don't even say it.
No, I was going to say, speaking of Labor Day and communism, I mean, where do you think that came from?
Yeah.
I'm not saying we shouldn't honor workers. But, I mean, that is a very different way of thinking about the relationship of business owner to employee.
Mm-hmm.
There's nothing wrong with Labor Day. I'm not saying there is. I'm just saying that the celebration of labor was created out of a communist movement.
Mm-hmm.
And we celebrate it every year.
Mm-hmm. And now it's like linked to the end of the summer.
Little by little by little by little, all these little things have been introduced to our society, and they are right out of the Communist Manifesto.
Mm-hmm.
It's Marxism, and we just don't even know it. We don't even see it because it makes sense. Like,
right, yeah.
Like, don't you want that?
Right.
What do you want? Grandma to die? I mean, don't you care about the kids? Well, how about the worker had to pee in the cup next to his machine at the factory? Don't you care about that person?
Mm-hmm.
The answer is yes to all of them. That doesn't mean convert to communism. Anyway, that's what I got, man. I could talk for days.
Yes, you can.
We got to figure out what we're doing because, we just have to figure out what we're doing. You better figure it out. Listen, Sin, I know you got to go. I know she has to go. But listen, We have to figure out how we're going to move forward as a society. We can't break the country up. We can't divide. We have to figure out how we all can manage the society.
Yeah, I mean, it's not, people just, every individual has to realize that we are being pinned against each other.
For what?
And until we realize that and oppose any of these things, you know, start opposing these kind of arguments that are separating us, it's never going to happen. So that is an act that has to come from the individual. Acknowledge I'm being played and unite with your fellow neighbor. Anyway.
I could talk all day, but you know what, Dax, you did a great job, man. I really like this. I like this guy.
The styling of this, the stage setup. Although I saw a car passing by, but it was just like a natural. And,
he's walking on the road, and then a random car goes by.
But the cinematography, the styling, you look great, Dax, and visually. It's a very nice video.
Yeah. Very well put together. All right, brother. All right,
sister.
Sin dog. I was talking about Dax being a brother. All right, people.
Bye.
Later.